إلا الله لا إله إلا الله أينما كنا أينما صرنا لا إله إلا الله.
We have lands that have been occupied for over half a century. Lands that within them is our third holiest shrine. And there's those who cry, liberated, liberated, and they talk about liberated. Yet, when that talk goes around, one needs to do a reality check within himself and ask, why is the ummah in the gutter that it's in? Why, for over a half a century, pertaining to that holy lands, they're going and we're going, because this is Muslim, affects them, affects us. Why are they going and why are we going through that which we've been going through? We need to reflect. We need to analyze. When a company loses some of their income, the CEO gets together with his managers and high-ranking officers, and he gets to meet with them and asks the question that's typical. What can we do? What strategy can we develop so we can win back the income or the profits we had in the past months? We need to change. When generals, Muslims and non-Muslims, whoever may be, whenever they lose, it's tactical to ask, why did we lose that battle? What is it that caused us to lose that battle? Likewise, when you have 1.6 billion humiliated and degraded to the lowest of low by no more than 6 million, possibly 16 million at the most, you gotta ask why. The Sahaba were defeated. In the Battle of Uhud, the Sahaba were defeated, and they asked that same question. أَوَلَمَّا أَصَابَتْكُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ قَدْ أَصَبْتُمْ مِثْلَيْهَا قُلْتُمْ أَنَّ هَذَا أَوَلَمَّا أَصَابَتْكُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ قَدْ أَصَبْتُمْ مِثْلَيْهَا قُلْتُمْ أَنَّ هَذَا. We wonder why we have become the lowest of the low. The Sahaba asked when they were defeated on their way back to Medina, after the defeat, why? أَنَّ هَذَا. Why did this happen to us? Allah gave them the answer. Before they reached the Medina, they got the answer to what was happening. They asked the question, what's the tactical, what's the strategy so we won't be defeated again? Why is it that we were defeated? What's the reason? Allah says, قُلْ هُوَ مِنْ عِنْدِ أَنفُسِكُمْ. قُلْ هُوَ مِنْ عِنْدِ أَنفُسِكُمْ. From you, something that you, Allah, وَمَا رَبُّكَ بِظَلَّامٍ لِلْعَبِيدِ. Something you have done. You check yourself. Instruments don't liberate. Instruments of the shaitan degenerate. Take that as a rule. Instruments of the shaitan do not liberate lands that have been taken from us. Instruments of the shaitan and those who are and those where they're widely spread are not ways for liberating. They're ways for degenerating. What victory are you awaiting? We are not saying that everyone is like that. No. Ma'adallah. I'm going to go even to the extent of saying not just everyone's not like that. Not even the majority are like that. I'm going to say that to be on the safe side. Not even the majority. Let's say not the majority. However, when sins become widespread, where many are involved, and it's popular, even though it's not the majority, and it's popular, then it affects everyone. When it's popular, it affects everyone. When towns in their entirety, from Palestine, around us over here, even though not all, and I'm going to repeat that again and again, even though I'm going to say to be safe, not even the majority. When you got towns who have weddings that play the instruments of the shaitan, and it's not exceptional within that town, it's exceptional in that town, and he's a stranger, one who decides to do his wedding the Islamic way. It's widespread. That is widespread. It's a widespread sin. In Uhud, 50 men under the leadership of Abdullah ibn Jubayr. They didn't mean to disobey the Prophet ﷺ. These are men who went to give their necks for the sake of the Prophet ﷺ. They didn't mean to disobey him. They made an educated guess that they cited the correct opinion in it. Out of respect to the Sahaba, we don't say they made a mistake. We say they made an educated guess upon themselves. They cited, Abdullah ibn Jubayr said, I'm not leaving the hilltop. Abdullah ibn Jubayr said, I'm staying on this hilltop, on this mountain. The Prophet said, stay here, no matter what, I'm going to stay here. 700 with the best man to walk on the face of the earth get defeated for the minor mistake of less than 50. Less than 50. The entire Muslim Ummah back then gets defeated because it's the Ummah there. The entire Ummah gets defeated for the mistake of not even 50, because some of the 50 stayed on the mountain. When evil is widespread, destruction and defeat awaits this Ummah. That's the way it goes. قُلْ هُوَ مِنْ عِنْدِ أَنفُسِكُمْ. I say, and I'm responsible for what I say, towns have rituals and weddings from Palestine. I don't even want to name those towns, especially widespread around us. I don't want to name those towns when I could. They're more shameful in their mixing and their mingling, in the way the women are dressed, in the improper dressing, than the enemies that we are facing. Umar ibn Hussein, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he narrated that the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam قال في هذه الأمة خسف ومسخ وقذف. في هذه الأمة خسف ومسخ وقذف. قال رجل من المسلمين يا رسول الله متى ذلك؟ قال رجل من المسلمين متى ذلك يا رسول الله؟ قال إذا ظهرت القينات والمعازف. إذا ظهرت القينات والمعازف وشربت الخمر. In Sunan al-Tirmidhi, it's an authentic hadith. The point of this hadith is that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said there will be maskh in this ummah. There will be maskh in this ummah. What's maskh? Al-Mannawi defines maskh as تحويل الصورة إلى أقبح منها أو مسخ القلوب أو قلب الخلقة من شيء إلى شيء. What does that mean? Maskh. There's going to be maskh at the end of time, at some time. And the Sahaba asked, when will it be? What's maskh? Before we get to that, the other points of the hadith. It can be real change of human into, for example, pigs and donkeys, like another hadith specified. This one doesn't specify, but it could be real. A human being changed to the form of a pig and a donkey. It could be the changing of the heart in the mind. You go talk to someone, you think you're talking to a human being, but you're really not talking to a human being. Wallah ya akhi, this is haram. You talk and you're in the east and he's in the west. It's like you're not talking to a human being. It could be that as well. It could be a real change, and it could be a heart and a mind change. And then he said, khasfun wa maskh. And then there's going to be khasf. The next one is khasf. And that's al-ghawr fil ard. There will be earthquakes. The earth will open and swallow people. That is khasf. That's the second one. And then there's going to be the third one that the Prophet ﷺ said, there will be qadhf. And qadhf is hijara. Throwing or the dropping of stones from the sky. Like that which happened, for example, to the people of the elephant. Abraham, the people of the elephant. In Surah Al-Fil. So when does that happen? When those three things happen? The Sahaba asked, when does that happen? He said, when the qayyinat in ma'azif are widespread. إذا ظهرت, if it appears, not even, it's actually, ظهرت is actually a rank lesser than widespread. What are they? What are the qayyinat and what are the ma'azif? Qayyinat is entertainers, the singers that sing and inspire you to do haram. And ma'azif are the instruments of the shaitan.
معانينا لا تخذلنا يا ربا.
صلى الله عليه وسلم.